Okay, lesson 5. If you have had a look at the schedule, you see that the first exercise actually is not Tadasana, but it's Namaskar. Because the previous 2 Saturdays we had a lot to discuss, I skipped it to explain, but I will explain Namaskar because it also relates to the yamas that we have studied. So Namaskar, that is greeting in the Indian way. You fold your hands in front of your chest and you bend forward, stretching up your neck, making a vow, making a wish. The hands in front of the chest is symbolism. You put your hands in front of your chest, not here or here as you see sometimes people doing, in front of your chest, because that is where your heart is. And when you make a wish, it comes from the heart. Now the heart is a chakra. It has a secondary chakra called Kalpataru. Kalpataru is the wishing tree or the tree of the wish. It's of course symbolism. But the practical idea behind this is to greet with sincerity. Is that important? Well, kind of. This is all symbolism, okay? I'm stretching up my neck, so the wish from Kalpataru comes out towards those you are greeting. Good morning. Have a nice day. How are you? Now, we all hear these things every day, all day, wherever we go, but we never feel hard. When people say good morning, they don't even look you in the eye. There is no smile on their face that tells you they really mean it, that I will have a good morning. It has just become an empty gesture. Even Indian people doing this, and I've had many Indian peoples over the years, and they always smile and even laugh when I tell this story, because they recognize it. People do this just habitually. Just like we say good morning, and we say how are you, which is a question, and we're not even willing to listen. We don't even expect an answer. It's just become a gesture we don't even realize anymore what it means. Sometimes I ask Korean students, "안녕하세요," there's a greeting, what does it mean? And they say it means hello. No, it means, are you in peace? That's the reason why Korean people always answer with 네. 안녕하세요? 네. Meaning, yes, I am in peace. But people don't realize it anymore. Just like people don't realize what 신이 나다 means, 신나게. It's direct reference to the crown chakra, enthusiastic. But it literally means God has come into you, or the Spirit, you're overcome by the Spirit. 신나다, enthusiasm, inspired, is all related. Now, this is just about consciousness. And because we have studied the yamas, especially truthfulness, if you don't mean it, don't say it or don't ask it. Or better, approach it in a positive way. When you enter the office or the classroom or whatever place that you enter and you greet people, next time try to do it with heart. It is kind of a social requirement to be polite, to be civilized. Greet. So we greet with an empty heart. But from now, you're a yogi now. Start greeting with a smile, with warmth in your heart. It will open doors, you will see. It will make a huge difference. No, even better, a person who is having a bad day because they had a conflict or they just woke up feeling grumpy and they come across you and you greet them, looking them in the eyes, and they can feel the warmth from your heart. It can totally change their day. And even better, they will go out, meet other people, and make their day better. See? We are Magic Pond for this reason. You throw a stone in the pond, and the waves are spreading in all directions. We are, in society, everybody is like this stone thrown in the water spreading waves. But there are many negative waves, especially in big cities. So from now on, we become the stone that spreads positive waves. That's what Namaskar is about. Now another thing. Korean students often ask, "Teacher, why don't you say Namaste at the beginning and at the end of the class?" And Indian people always laugh when I explain this too. Because Namaste is just like Annyeonghaseyo or good morning in India. It doesn't have a special spiritual, mysterious meaning like many yogis or yoga teachers or yoga people think it has. It's just the Indian way of saying hello. Namaste. So they ask me, why don't you say Namaste at the beginning or at the end of the class? Then I say, I'm Dutch. Why would I start greeting you in Indian language? When I teach in English, I will greet you in English. When I teach in Dutch, I will greet you in Dutch. When I teach in Korean, I will greet you in Korean. But I'm not Indian, so why would I greet you in Indian? And people are always a little bit baffled by that rationalization, but it's about truthfulness. You know, many people say Namaste just to impress. I'm a yoga teacher. Namaste. They have a very funny way of saying it. Namaste. What are you trying to do there? I'm a little bit the devil's advocate here. A little bit poking below the waterline. But there are many people in yoga who they have no consciousness like yoga is supposed to bring. And so they just do their human things, and it leads to violation of the yamas. And I'm a little bit a rebel in that sense. I try to, by confrontation, make people aware of that. All right, so that is Namaskar. That was the first time and the last time that we deal with it. It's on the schedule, but it's not really an asana. What is much more important is the story behind it. It's about sincerity. It's about truthfulness. Good morning. Or better, without the bow. Hey, Sujong. And if you ask, how are you doing? Be ready to take some time to listen. Because that person may actually want to tell you something. Like, I had such a rough morning today, and I met this person and they really pissed me off. And yeah, be ready. People won't even bother to tell you because they know you're not interested. But sometimes they might. If you're not interested and you have no time, just don't ask. Just say, hey, how are you? Or no, not how are you. Hey, good morning. Or bye, have a nice day. But if you ask, how are you doing? Then be ready to listen. Just in case they need to share something with you. You asked, after all. Many people don't. They are not interested. They walk into the office. Morning. Hey, how are you? Empty. No heart. It makes a huge difference if you put some heart into it. That is what Namaskar is about. All right, we have a little more asanas than we had in the first two classes, because some exercises from the second session are moving to the first session. You will see. We start with Tada and Friksa. And we have arrived at 20 seconds, but that is not important. Follow your feeling in terms of how long you're going to stay in the pose. So please stand up. Start with Tadasana, placing the feet parallel. Distribute the weight on the foot soles evenly. Straighten the legs. Tilt the pelvis a little bit forward so that the lower back straightens. All the muscles around the waist gently engage as a result of that. Then you pull the shoulders a little bit back. Stretch up the back of the neck and tuck in the chin a little bit. And when you're ready, you switch to Friksasana, the tree pose. Slowly switching, shifting your weight to one foot. Establish balance. Try to level the hips. And while keeping the shoulders depressed, you actively erect and stretch up. To help you keep your hands together, cross the thumbs. When you cross the thumbs, you have more control. Also, stop doing the exercise when you choose it's the right time to stop. Do not wait for me. We have to learn to follow our feeling, not another person. If you pay attention, you will hear nada. You come out of the pose, you close your eyes. Energy settles down and nada is very present. The vibration of your energy. Then we have Uttita, Trikonasana. With the emphasis on the meaning of Uttita, intensely stretched up or intensely erect, indicating the straightness you need to pursue. You start from Tadasana. Focus on the tilt of the pelvis. Allow the pelvis to rotate a little bit to accommodate a maximum tilt. And it allows you to keep the upper body straight. That is the Utthita element. Misalign your feet a little bit. Put this foot here a little bit. Then with the hips, go this way. There you go. See, you're very flexible. If you allow the hips to rotate a little bit, it goes much deeper. You have more intensity. When you feel it's enough, stop on your own. Spread the feet a little bit wider. There you go. Just a little tweak. Use the hips more, Sujo. You have forgotten. Yes, it's straight. It's nice like that. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Spread the feet a little wider. Try to create a straight line from the heel up to the hand without leaning on the knee or on the floor. Ideally, the thigh is horizontal, so you have to go a little bit out of your comfort zone to make it work, to make it intense. And because it's intense, it's a heavy pose, it's better not to stay too long, because if you stay too long, you destroy the sattva rather than creating it. So follow your feeling. When it's done, and you're free to end the exercise at your choosing. Try to turn a little bit so that you face that direction. Try to bend your leg a little more. There you go. Then we have two exercises from what was last week, the second session. There's a Virabhadra 1 and 2. First warrior pose. Same as with the previous pose, you try to bend the leg so far that the thigh ends up close to horizontal. So again, it's a little bit intense. Remember, stop when when you feel that it's enough. When the heart starts beating out of the chest, your breath speeds up. Muscles start shaking, it's time to stop. Do you all hear nada? Nada. Second warrior. So try to keep the upper body straight. So not like this, like this. That is why you turn your hips in this awkward direction. Okay, then please sit down for the meditation. Last week I explained a little bit about nada. the ringing in the ears, or the high-pitched buzz that you can feel in and around your head. Start with observation, calmly. We finish with some intense exercises, so you can feel a little bit of restlessness at first. So simply observe what you hear, what you feel, and slowly go from there. The moment you hear nada, use nada as your one-pointed focus. Try to direct your mind, your attention to nada. Now, when you can't hear nada, there is a trick you can use by pushing with a finger a little bit hard between the eyebrows. That is the spot they call the third eye. You push a little bit hard so that you leave an impression when you take your finger away. And it's very easy to focus on that feeling, that impression. And nada very likely will then come naturally. Okay, 15 minutes.